Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah and very good morning. Today I come with class 5 with science chapter, first chapter, how do scientists work? So it is very important for the students, and we must know how scientists work, what is scientific methods, what is science, and how the scientists work. So we need to learn these facts. We need to learn these concepts here in this chapter. The very beginning, this chapter have been given to build the scientific temperament in our students and very well designed. This chapter is very well designed and very easily we can understand the different uh, concepts regarding scientists and scientific experiments and methods. So let's begin. Uh, I would like to request, I would like to say the students to bring out their books, and you should see the book, look at the book whenever needed. Whenever needed, you must look at the book. So this chapter basically uh, we will learn about the few things. I would like to highlight here a few things of what we have. We are going to study in this chapter. Scientific method. First, we have to learn about the scientific methods. Then, scientists of the golden age. Actually, it is the Islamic era where the contribution to the science was the most by our Muslim peoples. So we will study about few scientists and their processes here, and difference between invention and discovery, science fair and science exhibition. So let's start. As at first, we must know what the scientists do for us, what the scientists have done for us. They done a good job. They work actually for the humanity, for the people, that the life become easier. They invented many tools. They discovery many things for the well-being of humanity, for upliftment of the living standards. When we see our home, different appliances, or when we are living in this world, we are using different appliances designed and invented by the scientist. Suppose now the summer is going on, we are using the fan, and we are all being using the lights, and we are using different type of appliances at home. Those inventions make the life easier, make our life easier. So actually, they work for the upliftment of the standard of life. They try to ease the living process, is the survival process. So not only the positive things, negative things are also there. Scientists discover many weapons of destruction, destructions. These are actually not good. Those are not good. Those are harmful to the man and humanity. So in this chapter, we will learn what is science. Actually, what is science? Science is a science. The word science come from a Latin word that is scientia, which means knowledge. Science. The word come from a Latin word scientia. It means knowledge. So from that we can realize what is science. Science is a branch of knowledge based on observation and experiment. So it is a systematic way of studying something. Uh, when we study something and by systematic way, that is actually the branch of science. So here given the definition, the science is a branch of knowledge based on observation and experiments. So observation and experiment, with the observation and experiments we can go ahead in science. So in the Quran, there are 6,000, about 6,666 ayats, lines are there, verses are there, and out of those 647 verse deal with the observation, reasoning, thinking, and research. See, Almighty Allah has given us the Quran, and Quran is actually many ayats, many verses, many lines are indicating to study according to science. They are Quran is asking us to observe, to think, to reasoning. Actually, these are related to science, and the science discovered from there. Actually, science discovered from there, from Quran. Quran guides the humanity to discover, to reason, to think, to observe, to find out something. Actually, it encourages humanity, human, to study the science. It asks the people to study following the scientific rules, scientific processes. It's very important. Our Quran is guide to the humanity. Already, Almighty Allah said. So it is guided. It is not contrary to the science. It is not opposite to the science, and it always encourages to study things according to scientific methods. So different ayats have been given. Page number 2, you can see uh, the Arabic words also given, then English translation, and number of times come, number of times mentioned in the surahs, a number of times mentioned in ayats. So different word: ponder, reasoning, reflect, insight, thoughtfulness, study of law, intelligence, research. Search, these words come in Quran. These words are taken from the Quran, and these are all scientific words, which encourage us towards science. So, how do scientists work? Actually, in the basic, many inventions are a result of observation, research by the scientists, and they carry out repeated experiments. When scientists are doing observation, then experiments, and repeated observation experiments they are doing, then they are able to invent a particular object. Suppose the bulb has been discovered by scientists, all we know the name. When he repeatedly experimented for more than hundreds time, then he got the result and able to discover this bulb, electric bulb. So this type of observations and continuous experiments result to an invention. So science, in the beginning of the Islamic age, the scientists took help from the Quran. They take a guide from the Quran and inspiration to build a scientific research development, and they succeed in their endeavor, and they find out different type of things. They invented different type of things here. So the systematic method to be followed for research was first designed and developed by scholar scientists Al-Haytham, Abu Ali Hussain, Hassan ibn Al-Haytham. So the systematic way of discovering something or studying something, that is the modern scientific methods, was discovered by a Muslim scientist, and he took help from the Quran, and his name was Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham was his name, and he showed how to discover, how to invent something in the way, a systematic way. So during the Islamic Caliphate, scientists started the process of research by following the commandments mentioned in the Quran. So I already told that during the Islamic age, golden age, so all scientists took help from the Holy Quran, and the process of science have been adopted from there. And many Muslim scientists, they are the pioneer in many fields. Maximum scientists in each field are pioneer. They are from our community, from Muslims, but their names have been removed from history, or their name have been changed, or their works have been hidden. So we have some names, and many names have been gone. Many names have been hidden. Okay, so we have a few names. They are pioneer in their fields. Suppose Ibn Sina is there. Ibn Sina, and his name was now all known. He is known as Abyssina. Abyssina. Nobody can imagine that he is a Muslim scientist because his name was changed uh, to hide his identity. Actually, Abyssinia is a famous Western world, and as a Western world known as he is well known in the Western world as Avicenna, and he is the father of modern medicine. So he is the father of modern medicine. Suppose that time when he was there, he discovered many scientific many medicines, and and he is not only discovered medicine. He was a master in different scientific fields. He was a master in different. I mean, suppose he is a master in Quran. He, he is a well-known person. He knows Quran, how to read it, how to study it, how to find out the very scientific matters from the Quran. And he is a master of medicine, also chemistry, also astronomy, psychology, zoology, and science also. So he is master of not only the medicine and different in different scientific fields. He excelled. He is a mastered. He was mastered there. So he is one of the scientists of our golden era, of Islamic era. He is the pioneer in medicine. He is the father of modern medicine, suppose. So next is Zachary Al-Razi, and he is the father of pediatrics, who developed the first original thesis on smallpox and measles. He is also a physician, and he is the father of pediatrics. So he discovered many things. So smallpox, like measles, like diseases, he discovered, and he treated those diseases. Next, Ibn Nafis also, he discovered the blood circulating system 400 years to William Harvey. We know the William Harvey discovered the blood circulatory system. We have a system in our body. This circulatory system is include heart, the veins, the arteries. So that system was discovered. We know that is a Western scientist named William Harvey. But before William Harvey, before 400 years from this William Harvey, Ibn Nafis had discovered the blood circulatory system, but his name not come in the history because he is a Muslim. That's why his names not comes in the history. A few people known that he discovered the blood circulatory system, but his discovery uh, is not recognized. Only William Hurley's discovery is recognized. The reason we don't know why his discovery was not recognized. Maybe he is a Muslim, or maybe people don't know that. So again, another scientist, Abbas Ibn Firnas, is designed. aerodynamic flying suit and made the first flying attempt. So he discovered, suppose the first flying objects he discovered, first first flying the object he discovered. Suppose he is you can say that he is the father of aeroplane or flying objects. Those are flying nowadays. Different type of objects up there, aeroplane flights and different balloons up there. And then other side is Al-Jawri. Al-Jawri is the regarded as the father of modern surgery. Is very important. Al-Zahrawi designed the modern surgery. How to surgery, the different tools he discovered, and his techniques are used nowadays also. Nowadays, the modern science also, modern medicine also using modern surgery. The people who are doing surgery nowadays, they are using his techniques, his tools designed by that Al-Jahwari. And he wrote Al-Tafsir, a medical encyclopedia in 30 volumes, which include surgery, medicine, orthopedics, pharmacology, nutrition, etc. Great. He was a great scientist, and he wrote a book of 30 volume, 30 edition. Okay, 30 books written of this subject: surgery, medicine, orthopedics, pharmacology, nutrition. Very great job. Then Khwarizmi. Khwarizmi, he is the greatest mathematician. He is a mathematician. The word algebra is taken from his book Al Makala. Makala fi Hisab Al Zabru wal Muqabila. Reading these names are very difficult because these are all Arabic and Persian. This type of names. So, from the algebra, which we are doing nowadays in schools, colleges, universities, it is a branch of mathematics, and that name was taken from his book, actually. So these are the few. We have mentioned few scientists here who belongs to our community, the Muslim communities, and many scientists were there. Their names are removed from the history, hidden from the history. It is very sad for us. And but where did all those books and inventions disappear? Why? How, but where did it? Where did this our the books, the techniques, the invention, the discoveries by our community or this during this Muslim caliphate, where these works have been gone? It is a big question in front of us. So this question, we can say simply that some were lost or burnt, while some other works were translated into Latin, and then the originals in Arabic were destroyed. Some were burnt, and some were lost, some were that some were translated, because most of the books are in Arabic, were translated to other Latin works, and their actual owner or actual people behind the actual people behind those works have been removed from there, uh, erased from there, and other people name came on that scripts or on that research paper or experiments. And however, many original books and manuscripts are preserved in museums, and yes, many of them, some of them are already available nowadays also in many museums, many libraries. But people are not interested in those books. Actually, they are a pioneer in every field. So now we learn about the few things, differences between discovery and invention. So it is these two words we puzzles sometimes. We puzzled with these two words, discovery and inventions. So Sometimes we use discovery instead of inventions and vice versa. So discovery is what is discovery is explore something which already existing. Suppose somebody discover a place already existing in the world but people are not known. Suppose a simple example I am giving you. Columbus discovered the America. Columbus discovered the America, but America was there, but it is not known. So this existing thing is explored the world. It is identified, and it is known by all after him. Means he is the key. He is the first people to visit, or he is the first people to say the people that yes, one place is there. So discovery is to explore something that is already exists, yes, in the nature, but not known or known only to few. Examples: finding of dinosaur bones. This is called discovery. Inversion, and now come to the inventions. Invention is the creation of something. Created is a few things. Suppose vehicles, bikes, motor cars were not there. Fans were not there earlier, but now it is invented. It is a new creation. Computer, laptops, fan, bulbs, different appliances. It is not discovered. Actually, it is invented because these are created newly. But when we discover the sun, the different type of planets, it's already existing, but people are not known. But now we are able to know with the help of that person. So it is discovered. So it is very easy. So what is invention and discover to you can differentiate very easily. Discover means the exploring the thing that is existing but people are not known, and invention means created a thing. Suppose um, example is one scientist invented the motorcycle, or Graham Bell discovered the telephone, like this. Means discovered. Sorry, it is not discovered, invented. Graham Graham Bell it will not be discovered. It will be invented. Graham Bell invented the telephone, but Columbus discovered the America, because America is a place already existing, but we not know don't know. He first to let the world know that there is a uh, country named America. So like this, discovery means that existing things we just explore, and invention means created a new thing, create new creation. So this is a thing we must know, very important for exam also. And next thing is scientific methods. So scientific methods, how scientists use to observe or experiment a thing. Few things are there: what to do first and what to do next. First is the observation. Scientists used to observe the thing first. You have to observe. You have to watch it very carefully. I think observation is very important. Then questioning why this happening, why it is not happening. Next questioning comes. Then hypothesis. Then a hypothesis is a probable answer to the questions after observation. Hypothesis means probable answers. Maybe this may be the answer. Suppose we observe a thing, then some questions will come to our mind, and after observing, we will find out some answers that will be hypothesis, but that may not be correct. Hypothesis, the answers which come to our mind, comes after observation may not be correct. Then plan an experiment. Then we have to experiment. Then scientists used to experiment. Then conduct an experiment means careful experiment have been done in laboratories in somewhere. Then results will come. Results will we will collect the results of different experiments. After that, analyzing those results, we will come to the conclusions. Final results, conclusions will be there. and there will be a brief summary of the results, and from that something new maybe come out, something new, maybe discoveries, maybe inventions maybe come out. So these are the ways, these are the processes scientists follow. What are the process? First observation, then questioning. First observation, second questioning, third hypothesis, fourth plan and experiment, fifth conducting experiment, sixth result, and seventh it is conclusion. This is the way, scientific way of observing. You can also do at your home. You take an object, you take a incident, you take a natural phenomena, and you do observe, and then question, then hypothesize, then plan an experiment, conduct an experiment, find out the results, then conclusions may come out. It may not be in 1 and 2 days. It may take many years, many years, maybe 10 years, 12 years, 1 year also you can finish. So it is a process of not specific time, not a fixed time. It will differ according to the phenomena, according to the object which you are observing, you are experimenting. So these are the some basic things from these lessons. So you can see page number 6, the young scientists at work. Observation. If we blow a balloon, it increases the size. Questioning. I wonder if air has mass. Then hypothesis, even though I do not see air, but I believe air has mass. Plan an experiment. Balloon, digital weighing scale and ruler. Conduct an experiment. Get some balloons of the same size. Weigh them before starting the experiment. Blow some air in one of the balloon. Tie with a thread so that it doesn't leak air. Measure the maximum diameter or circumference of the balloon and note it down in the notebook. Weigh the balloon and record the mass in the notebook. Repeat the experiment with increasing size of the balloon. Use the following table to record the weight. So we have a table: measurement, balloon with air, balloon without air, balloon with air. So length, circumference, mass. Ultimately, we come to the result that the data obtained during the experiment is recorded in a table or plotted on a graph for easy interpretation. In conclusion, the hypothesis was correct as the balloon increased in size with air. They gained weight, indicating that air has weight. Further investigation: how can we find that the air has pressure? So conclusion from what we get, that yes, the weight, they gained weight, indicating that air has weight. So ultimately, one simple scientific process how to experiment is given. So you can also try at home with a balloon. Once we have to observe the balloon. With air and without air. Without air, we have to find out the mass, the circumference, the length, and with air, we have to find out the circumference, mass, and weight. From that, we can find out that yes, mass is difference in mass is increasing in the balloon when it is with air, and we come to the conclusion that yes, air has some weight also, mass and weight. So this is the experiment. It is given. We will do in practical, inshallah, if it is possible, when a school in the school, inshallah, we'll show you how to experiment. Now come with the last point: difference between science fair and science exhibition. Some differences are there. Some science fair and science exhibitions. So science fair means student think and work like scientists. Student do not think and work like scientists. Science fair means people are working. Students are work, they think and work like scientists. In science exhibition, they are no, do not think or like scientists. And original concepts publishable, not an original concept not publishable. In science fair, original concepts and those are publishable. That type of concepts are there in science fair, but in science exhibition, no such original or publishable content or concepts are there. Planning and designing their own experiment plays an important role. Planning and designing their own experiment, and in case of science exhibition, cookbook science experiments copied from textbooks. Science fair is all new planning, designing their own experiments, and this is very important. And in case of science exhibition, only copied, already doing experiments. Already the scientist or somebody did that experiment. Only we copied and we show there in exhibition. Observation play an important role. Observation play an important role in science fair, but observation is not a factor in science exhibition because only you are copying some experiments, so no need to observe here carefully in science exhibition. Next, own innovative, oh sorry, five, curiosity and creativity driven. Science fair is creativity and curiosity driven, but in science exhibition, curiosity and creativity does not play any role here, because you're copying and pasting something in science exhibition. No need of no creativity, no curiosity is there in science exhibition. It's less there. And science fair, own innovative and creative ideas, own innovative, that is nobody has used before you're the first to put forward such type of new ideas, innovative ideas. And in science exhibition, it is others work, not yours. You are copying only. You are copying some ideas from the, different scientists or different people. And then data is collected to find the results which are not known before. Data is collected to find out the results which are not known before. Science fair is actually, it is its key is very important. It's the data collected and collected to find out the results here. In science exhibition, display already known and established facts known before. And in science exhibition, already known and established data are shown. Those are known before, but in science fair, it is not known before. It is new. It is very new. And use their in a science fair, use their own creative scientific technique and procedure. And in science exhibitions, just follow others' method, procedures, and instructions. So ultimately, we can say science fair is a depends according to the total scientific methods and to display new, innovative or new ideas which are not known before. And science exhibition is copying some scientific experiments which are well known or known to the people. Only we are showing there that existing data, records, and experimenting. So here are all. So you have to know here some words. Page number 7. Discovery. What is discovery here given? Find out existing materials known to only a few people. Inventions, creating something new that comes to mind. Very easy. Discovery already existing. Somebody shows us discovered. Invention means very new something that created what comes to our mind. The invention. So one mind map have been given. Is mind map about mind map? I will tell you this very interesting thing. Mind map, with the help of mind map, we can learn. We can memorize a topic very easily with help of some diagram. It is a way to increase our memory power. We can increase our memory. We can memorize a thing within a short period of time. In a very quickly we can memorize a large vast thing, vast knowledge. We can uh, concise. We can concise in a mind map. Very important mind map. You must know. It is to learn. It is very important. Different type of mind map we can create. I will teach you because I got training in this mind mapping before few years back. So I know how to design mind maps and how to use it in our daily study, in our school or colleges. So I will, if I get time, I will show you how to make mind maps, how to make mind maps, and how to use it. And it is very interesting and very effective also in regarding in our studies. So I will teach you. So let's see. Is you see the mind map here. I only have a look only. There is a mind map. So different mind map shapes are like this. And how to draw this mind map, I will show you. These are the things. Okay, in later in next few days or in and when the school is ready to open, the time I can show you in the school itself because it needs sometimes it needs to understand something. Okay, so now the questions answer assignments are there. Okay, we will give the question answer. So questions answer will be given. We will find that answers, and you need to write the answers and to be understand and memorize. Not only memorize, memorizing will not help you. You must understand what you are reading, what the question and what is the answer. You must understand. Understanding is the main thing because when we memorize, sometimes we may forget, but when we understand, we will never forget. So we will give inshallah in as a PDF format or in the description we will give. So today that's all. And I think you are practicing at home, and we practice at home and try to learn something from this science, maths, social, English, all subjects from all subjects. And during Ramzan, you keep praying and keep praying for all of us, for all the ummah. Assalamu alaikum.